Welcome to EdHead's virtual deep brain stimulation surgery. My name is Dr. Vanessa Mai, and today I will be showing you the 5-step process of helping a patient with movement disorders. Are you ready? Our patient is a 59-year-old woman named Ellen, who is 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighs 120 pounds, and has suffered from Parkinson's disease for the last 20 years. Ellen is an attorney and cannot leave court to take pills every 2 hours, which is the only way to control the unwanted movements caused by the disease. Before recommending Ellen for surgery, her neurologist, Dr. Thompson, will need to get a clear idea of how the disease impacts Ellen. He has determined that prescription medication alone can no longer control her symptoms. Let's take a look at the severity of Ellen's tremors. Because Dr. Thompson can no longer control Ellen's movements with medication, he has recommended her for deep brain stimulation surgery. That's where we come in. You will be assisting me as resident surgeon to perform 3 of the 5 steps of this procedure. Dr. Thompson has already evaluated our patient, which is step 1. We'll handle step 2, putting in the fiducials, step 3, performing the brain surgery, and step 4, putting in the battery packs. Finally, the patient will return to the neurologist for step 5, activating and setting the system. To begin, fiducials, or screws, are put into the patient's skull to act as markers for the surgery. They need to go firmly into the skull since skin moves around. We can't base precise measurements off of something that moves. Fiducials are typically set several days before the surgery. 6 fiducials are needed for this procedure. 2 will go in the forehead, 2 above each ear, and 2 in the back of the head. Why are the fiducials placed where they are? Good job! First, we need to numb the areas with a local and inject the 6 locations with the local. Pick up the scalpel and make a small incision where the Use a lap sponge to blot away the blood. Now use the screwdriver to put the fiducial into the screw. Now the patient will be sedated and undergo both a CT and MRI scan. These 2 scans will be used to build a very detailed 3-dimensional picture of the skull and brain. The fiducials you put in earlier will be used as highly accurate markers during the surgery. We will be using a global positioning system, GPS, which helps plan our surgical trajectory in advance. The computer will combine the images and help us locate the subthalamic nucleus, STN. Take a look at this image. We are targeting the subthalamic nucleus on both sides of the brain. Let's plan the trajectory for the first side. Select the color of the trajectory. Great job! This is a good trajectory to the target. It doesn't go through any sections of the brain that would be permanently damaged by the probe. Now we have mapped our trajectory to the target. It will be saved in the computer for the day of surgery. Ellen has undergone all the pre-op testing of her general health and ability to tolerate surgery. She has been approved for the surgery. Ellen has already been put on the operating room table, which places her in a reclined position while supporting her head and neck with a brace. She will be in a monitored anesthetic condition, which means she will be sleepy, relaxed, and maybe even a bit goofy, but she can be brought back quickly to a state of relative normalcy.
I smell daffodils.
A general anesthetic takes several hours to wear off, so we don't want to use that. We'll start by shaving her hair. Now that we've selected the safe trajectory on the monitor, we need to map the same trajectory to the patient's head. In order to do this, we'll use non-sterile probes to register the position of the fiducials with the GPS system. This information will be used to determine where to put the incision marks. The error is less than 1 millimeter, so we are in good shape. It's time to mark the scalp where we will make the incisions. We will make one mark on each side. Great. Now we need to finish prepping the patient. The scalp has many sweat glands and grows a lot of bacteria, so scrubbing with betadine solution is important and has to be repeated several times. You do the first scrubbing with betadine. I'll repeat these steps 2 more times. We need to inject a local anesthetic to make sure that the patient stays comfortable. Inject a local anesthetic around the head and where the incision will be. We will clean the scalp 2 more times using DuraPrep solution, making sure to scrub the fiduciary. Now we will begin to establish the sterile field. We both need to change our gloves and put on sterile surgical gloves. From this point forward, anything touching the scalp must be sterile. We need to put sterile towels around the scalp to further protect the patient from infection. I'll hold the towels in place with Ioban, a betadine-infused sticky plastic. Next, we'll put a layer of Ioban over the whole scalp. Another large plastic drape is put over the scalp and shoulders. At this point, we do a final check of the identity of the patient, the procedure to be performed, and any information that needs to be transmitted to the team as a whole. Now we are ready to begin the surgery. Take the scalpel and make an incision. Wow, your hands are as steady as a giant oak. Now use the Bovie, a cauterizer. Take the drill and make 2 holes. Why do you think No. Nice. No. Not quite. Nice work. We will use a tower system to guide the placement of the recording electrode and, ultimately, the stimulation probe inside the brain. This tower system is called the frameless stereotaxis system.